want to make Harrogate Town the #1 ranked team in the world. The current #1 rank is Real Madrid, and we will start this process ranked 549th. To get rank #1, we must win a Premier League and certainly a Champions League. Our first action was to get out of League 2. We won the playoffs, we won the League 1 title, and then we won the Championship. In 3 seasons, we won 3 trophies and got ourselves to the Premier League. And our journey begins now. We have shot up from rank 549th all the way up to 125th. Climbing up the world rankings sees our transfer budget climb up as well. 41 million. We must spend some of that though on a new stadium. 10,000 seater? No, no, no. Welcome to a 28,000 seater stadium for the Harrogate Town fans. And this starting 11 will not compete for a Premier League right now. It's time to invest. Our first transfer was a new centre mid, Kozlowski from Brighton for £12 million. And then we invited Jurgen Klopp to the office, and our second signing was complete for 9 million. Welcome, Cade Gordon. And just like that, the Prem season begins as we look to burst West Ham's bubble. Into Connor Cummings, Connor Gordon. Yes, he's finished it. What a goal. We start the season with a bang, and that man scores yet again. And after that great start, our new signing, Kozlowski, banged home a second goal. What a finish from our new summer signing. And we would then go on to counter West Ham in the second half, and Connor Cummings would finish it off again. Second goal of the game, our third, and we start our Premier League journey with a 3-0 win away to West Ham. And the following week, we got to play in our brand new stadium against Frank Lampard and his Everton side. We made a fantastic start in this game. Another goal for Connor Cummings, but it wasn't to last as Everton would strike back in the 73rd minute and earn themselves a point. Our first home game in our new stadium in this Premier League season ends in a draw. And we fast forward to the halfway stage of the Premier League season, and what a season we are having. Inside the top 6, the Europa League is a real possibility. So is the Champions League. If we continue this way, we will get the top 4 this season. And with this incredible start to our Premier League season, our world ranking again has shot up. We are now in the top 75 teams of the world. And to keep our world ranking there, when it was January, I put my foot down. No big players will be leaving. Massive offer from Atletico rejected, and another one from Sevilla rejected as well. And when Premier League football returned, we had a huge game against Foden and Haaland, but against the god, the king of management, Pep Guardiola. We're in already. The Goose! Guzman scores! Let's go! What a start! But Manchester City wouldn't stay behind for long. Phil Foden finding the finish to get us all level in the game after 17 minutes. Manchester City were coming on strong, and with a really good short corner, a bit of a calamity at the back, it was 2-1. Oh, they've taken this shot. They've caught me out. Oh, what a finish. What a finish. Oh, we've played so well, but they've done us right at the end. And after playing so well, it ended in a 3-1 defeat. Now fast forward to the end of the season. What a season we have had. We have finished in the top 4. Unbelievable scenes. We pipped Chelsea to 4th place, and we will be playing Champions League football next season. It is unbelievable. And with such a great season, we have seen our world ranking rise again. We are now in the top 50 teams of the world, and our season isn't over. We got ourselves to the FA Cup final. Redemption may be over Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. The FA Cup final. Let's go for it. And in typical Manchester City fashion, they tried to put the game to bed early as possible. Erling Haaland scoring inside just 10 minutes. But we have an ex-Man City player of our own, and Cole Palmer scored for us in the 23rd minute to strike us level against Man City. It was 1-1 in the FA Cup final, and that would be the result after 90 minutes. This game was in extra time, and in extra time, Connor Cummings scored a massive goal for the football club. Could we be heading to FA Cup glory? And if we are, our captain has a massive say in it. We could really kill him off here. Connor Cummings has surely won us the cup. And that was the moment that killed Man City's hope and lifted our FA Cup dreams into reality. What a career mode we are having so far. 4 seasons, 4 trophies, the Champions League awaits us, and maybe the world #1 ranking as well. FA Cup champions for now, and we see our ranking rise yet again. We are now in the top 40 teams of the world. Season is over. The Premier League Season 2 is about to begin. And we have been handed a lovely chunk of money. We don't need a new stadium this time around, so more for players. £74 million. Let's get bargain hunting. Our first transfer this season, we'll be negotiating with Patrick Vieira, a Premier League legend, and we would take Paul Pogba for just £25 million. What a signing this is. We would then follow up with Joe Scally, £28 million from Watford. Our new right back has arrived. And to get our third deal done, we turned into a god. You can see that shampoo and that beard oil is working. Gyökeres signs for £13 million. With our transfer business complete, the season's curtain raiser in the Community Shield was next. Up against Tottenham, and they gave us an early goal. The loose pass, Connor Cummings strikes first, and we found a great ball in behind. Cole Palmer would double our lead, but we let Tottenham back in this one in the second half. They scored once, and then nightmare as they scored again. Lucky for us, this time it was offside, but just a few moments later, in the dying moments of the game, Spurs would strike level. We would need another goal, and our new signing, Gyökeres, got that goal. 3-2. Oh, and why not? Pogba! What a goal from the mighty Pogman! Wow! Celebrating our first trophy so early this season is good, because later this season I hope to be lifting more silverware just like that. I want to become the #1 team in the world, and our ranking yet again has risen. We are now right up there inside the world's top 25. And if we want to break into that top 20, nights like tonight will define us. In the Champions League group stages, a mammoth test at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid. And we started it off incredible scenes as Connor Cummings scores another goal in this story of his and our story of Harrogate Town. This one at the Bernabeu. But you know Real Madrid, they've got real talent, and they have Liverpool's Darwin Núñez. That was for 1-1. But Guzman before half-time made it 2-1, snatching a lead again for Harrogate Town. But Real Madrid would fire back through Rodrigo, a bullet of a strike for 2-2. And then they were in the ascendancy. In the box, Rodrigo again smashes it home for 3-2. In the dying embers, Cade Gordon scores one of the biggest goals of his career. 3-3 at the Bernabeu. What an atmosphere, and what a result. 3-3 against Real Madrid is really impressive. The season is going just how I could have dreamt it, boys. We are in a title race, confirmed. If we can continue playing the way we are, we're gonna win it. I have a feeling this team could achieve it this season. The Premier League is in our sights. The second half of the season awaits us. And we continue to hunt down the world #1 ranking, as now we are inside the top 15 teams of the world. We are getting closer and closer. And we had an incredible year in the Champions League. We find ourselves in the semi-final against what is now one of our main rivals in Manchester City. Can we beat Pep and Haaland? And can we find ourselves in a European final? We then made what looked like the perfect start as Connor Cummings buried a goal after 16 minutes. But Manchester City capitalised on a defensive howler, and Erling Haaland drew them level. Later in the second half, Haaland added their second, and that was the final score for leg 1. Man City take a 2-1 lead. We returned home for the second leg a few weeks later, and Barbosa gave us a perfect start. And then Connor Cummings would turn provider to put us level in the semi-final second leg. This could be the moment that seals it. Connor Cummings Scores! That should be that! City should be out! We should be in the final now! And that's how it ends. 3-0. We're going to the Champions League final! And we are one game away from the Premier League title. 1 point separates us and second place Chelsea. The last game of the season is simple. Win it and become champions for the first time in our club's history. We are on course for history, and we are on course to be the #1 team in the world, as now we enter the top 5. We are closing down on that #1 rank. Beat Brentford. Win the Premier League. That is the final challenge on the final day, but it didn't go to plan early doors. A bad start, and before half time, Brentford had the lead. It looked like our title may slip away, but Connor Cummings early in the second found a second wind and grabbed us an equaliser, but we needed to win the game. Guzman bearing down on goal, pulls it across, and another massive goal from Cole Palmer, the big man for the big occasion. Oh my god, he's in. Cade Gordon to finish them off. He's finished them off in style. We've done it now. Oh, we have. And we have sealed the Premier League title. The yellow and black ribbons attached to the trophy. And now our captain, all the way down from League 2 in the EFL, in the Youth Academy. And now he's a Premier League winner. What a story, as Connor Cummings lifts the Premier League trophy for Harrogate Town. We are the champions of England. But we have one more trophy. We could soon be the champions of Europe. Our world ranking is improving yet again. We are now inside top 3 in the world. Now let's make it #1. This game changes the history of our club forever. But one team stand in our way. The Italian giants, Juventus. The first half was a cagey affair, but the final came to life in the second half. Connor Cummings puts it across, and Kozlowski arriving from deep and finding the back of the net for 1-0. And then Vlahovic replied for Juventus, getting us back on level terms just after the 65-minute mark. And Juventus would then take the lead. Chiesa getting in behind and finding the back of the net. The Italian super club were in charge, but we didn't give up. And in the 83rd minute, Cole Palmer, he scored in all the big games, scored again. And that would wrap it up for the 90 minutes. This Champions League final was going to extra time. We've surely done it! That's gonna be it! Please! The Champions League is ours! Please! Let it be ours! Let it be ours! Harrogate Town have done the unthinkable! We have won the Champions League in extra time! What a way to win it! Juventus are heartbroken, but we are on the way to lifting the famous trophy that all clubs in the world wish they could have. And now Harrogate Town can say they have it. The yellow and black ribbons draped over the big European trophy. And Connor Cummings rises it above his head. What a result. What a career mode. What a story. That confirms it, boys. We are now #1 ranked in the world. Mission complete. Harrogate Town, congratulations. You're now the greatest in the land.